Welcome and good evening from Utah here in the United States. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my privilege to host today's weekly online, I actually like to call it a leadership update because you are the leaders out in the field making things happen. We know that if you're here each and every week that you are building a business not just in your local market but most likely internationally. Anywhere in the world, people can join here each and every week. And as the Vice President of International, I get to host these, and we're going to be rotating this around with other executives here in the coming months. I'm excited to be able to share that platform with others. And I can tell you, I just wish you were able to spend the day with me today at the corporate office and some of the things that we're mapping out for July and August, a virtual tour, an online tour that we're going to be doing, an aggressive campaign to help you grow your business, and then of course a more aggressive live event tour kicking in September, October, November, and December. So we've got an amazing strategy. We're kind of in a stable startup phase right now. Agel has been around for 12 years, yet with the return of our CEO and founder, Mr. Glenn Jensen, after having stepped aside for a few years, we're in this Agile 3.0 phase. When Glenn started the company, we considered that Agile 1.0. For the season that he was gone, that was Agile 2.0. And during that time, some good things happened. In fact, we were acquired by a New York Stock Exchange firm, a JRJR, publicly traded company. And it gives you a chance to actually own stock in this company. You can obviously make money by building a business and sharing the products, but you can also own stock in the company and be an owner. It's kind of nice to be able to say you're an owner of Agel. You're a business owner. You have your own independent business, but you also have a piece of the whole global pie as a shareholder in the company. And none of this would be possible if it wasn't for the amazing products that we have. It was late 2004 when Glenn Jensen woke up in the middle of the night with the idea of suspending nutrients in a gel. Many of you have seen these little gel packs probably prior to learning about Agile. They were used by extreme athletes and particularly runners, where it would be full of carbs just to give them a sugar spike and help them get across the finish line. But Glenn thought, well, what about instead of having to swallow a handful of pills, we could put these nutrients suspend them in a gel. And that's where gel suspension technology came about. And so once a week, we want to talk about a different product. Tonight, I want to talk about green. It's one of my daily products that I take every day. There are some that can be taken as needed and many that are taken on a daily basis. This is one that if you don't like green leafy vegetables, even if you do, to get the amount of nutrients that you should get, it's very difficult from fresh fruits and vegetables. Obviously, that's our first source. If we can get all the nutrients we need from those sources, then that's exciting that you can do that. But most people don't live in an environment or have a lifestyle that is conducive to that. So to get green leafy vegetables in your diet, to get the phytonutrients you need to help cleanse, detox, and nourish your body every day, Agile makes it very convenient and simple with Agile Green. Let me share with you the 3 highlights of this product. Green helps cleanse the body, it helps detox the body, and it helps support the digestive system. There's a couple of ingredients. You just look at the ingredients label and do a little research on each and every one of those. If it just had 1 or 2 of those components, it would be a powerful product, but it's not. It has about over half a dozen ingredients that work synergistically. 2 that I'm very fond of are spirulina and wheatgrass. Also spinach. My wife makes green smoothies, she calls them, where she puts spinach and other plants in there, along with sometimes frozen fruits or frozen vegetables and some protein and other things. But this actually has peppermint and spearmint to help with digestion. There's broccoli. I eat broccoli because I know it has protein in it, and this product actually has broccoli in it. I don't like the taste of broccoli, but I eat it because I know it's good for me. So here's a product that has a lemongrass flavor, very very popular, one of our top sellers. If you haven't tried it yet, I strongly recommend you get your hands on it. Now, just a couple quick events. I've talked about our virtual tour that we're doing in July and August. More details to come about that next week. And next week we'll be having our founder and CEO, Mr. Glenn Jensen. We do these each and every Monday, with the exception of major holidays here at the corporate headquarters. We want to respect all of your holidays, but if we had to honor each and every holiday in every country out of all 40 countries we're doing business in, we probably wouldn't do very many webinars. But on July the 4th, our Independence Day, which we'll be talking a lot about freedom and independence. During this time, we'll be watching fireworks here in the United States and having family barbecues and gatherings. So instead of the first Monday of July, we're going to just move it one day. So that would be Tuesday, July the 5th, same time, same place, and we'll get a chance to hear from our CEO and founder, Mr. Glenn Jensen. Now, I will be participating this weekend in Poland at the Go Diamond event. This is something that is put on by our top leaders, our diamonds, that are going to share and teach you how they did it, and to recognize other upcoming leaders, and to get announcements and updates from the company that are happening in your specific market. So if you have contacts in Poland, the complete details are on our Facebook events page. Just go to facebook.com/Agel events. And that's where we put all of our live and online events as we get complete details, and check there regularly. Another event that we are getting details, this is actually in August, so we're going to be posting all the details. You're going to hear about this event from our special guest tonight, since he actually lives in Colombia. You're going to get a chance to hear from John Rashawn Jr. You're going to get to from JRGR, our New York Stock Exchange parent company. You're going to get to hear from Alberto Ceccarelli, #1 income earner in the company worldwide. What an incredible event that has been put on and planned by our leaders there in Colombia, led by none other than our special guest tonight, which I had one more slide. I'm going to let him talk about that event in more detail. But all of our events, if you think of our events as streams funneling into a river, those rivers are bigger events like regionals and national events, and then those rivers eventually empty into a delta, into the ocean or a sea, and that is the big event. That is where all of our events funnel into, and that's Agile World, coming up February 2017. Put it on your calendar. You don't have to know right now how you're going to get there or all the details. Just put it on the calendar. Know that you're planning to be there, and things will come together and we'll make it happen. So with that, talking about our events, and one of our international leaders, somebody that I met just a year into the business. I believe he joined the business in 2006, soon after we launched the company. And Agile, I don't believe, would be in the country of Colombia. At least I know they wouldn't have been in the country as early as we entered if it hadn't been for this gentleman, Mr. Felipe Leal. He is a civil engineer by trade. He says he's a sports enthusiast, but he's more than that. He's actually a professional athlete and world-class water skier. He's actually still active in the sport as a judge, and probably coaches a lot of people. And I know that he is a world-class, not just water skier, but just a world-class guy. I have known him for over a decade now. He's become a good friend, and I'm glad to be reunited with him and get a chance to work with him again and run side by side. He is hosting an event next month with our CEO and founder, Mr. Glenn Jensen, as well as John Rashawn, CEO of JRGR. So with that, I am going to unmute Felipe. Listen close, folks. Grab a pen and paper and take notes, because if you just get one or two ideas from this gentleman on how he's built a business nationally and internationally, it'll be well worth your time here tonight. So with that, Mr. Leal, are you with us?
Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
Absolutely, loud and clear, my friend. Take it away.
Thank you very much, Gary, for that introduction, and good night, everybody. Welcome to this, like you said, world-class or leadership webinar. It's it's a pleasure for me to be here this evening from Bogota, Colombia right now. And I would like to say hi to everybody who is connected to this webinar. And well, it's a pleasure for me to be here tonight. Actually, this is one of the things when Gary asked me if I could be part of this leadership webinar, I couldn't be more enthusiastic and honored to be part of this. And actually thinking what I was going to talk about, or what was the topic that I could pick to share with all the people who is around this evening in the webinar. I just wanted to share a little bit of my story, because this is something that it's that I think will, for maybe for some of you, will make maybe a click or a difference in what they have done or what they're doing with the business. And basically, it's related with what you just said, Gary, about if you don't really know how to get to the next event, or the big international event, or any of the events that you want it to be, just mark it on your calendar. And if you start setting that goal, if you start putting that on your vision, on your dream board, or however you wanted to call it, let's call it calendar in this situation, it won't matter how you're going to get there. It's just matter of you have it now on your mind, you have it now on your board, you have it now on your calendar, you have it now on your mind. And I want to relate this with a sentence or a phrase that I have heard many times from a guy that I really respect. I didn't have the chance to meet him in person, Mr. Jim Rohn, but that's one of the guys that I permanently follow. Still listening to his audios, his records on personal development. And one of the things that he continuously says is, when the why is strong enough, the how it's easy. So that's why. I'm sorry, you're still listening to me?
Si, senor. We are loud and clear. There's just every once in a while a little cut out, but if you have any programs open like Skype or anything like that, sometimes those take some bandwidth. But go ahead, Felipe. We got you loud and clear.
Okay, I'm sorry about that. I just got like this network connection difficulties sign. So I'm sorry. Just keep on the topic. That's what exactly happened to me when I started with this business. It was around, let's say, a little bit less than 10 years. It's going to be, by the end of this year, will be 10 years. And by that time, a Puerto Rican friend of mine came to Bogota, and we started talking just on some um, a new opportunity that he was involved recently. And I started asking questions. He didn't even had a sample or anything. He just told me, this is going to be huge. This is something new that it's going to change the industry of network marketing. By that time, the only thing I knew about network marketing was two common words on the industry that were Amway and Herbalife, and I just didn't know really what was about. So when he said this is something that is going to change the industry, for me that was like a cue. That was a phrase that really changed my mind, because that was something that I didn't know much about, but from his posture, from his words, now I knew that it was going to change something. And for me, that simple phrase just told me that there's something good going out of there, and with this, it's going to be even better. So that's what I started having in my mind. And that's how I started to work on the business. I just put something in my mind, telling me every single day that this was going to be a huge difference, a huge game changer, and that's how we started to develop the business. And the funny thing about it, it's that, as you know, Gary, and maybe some of the people in the call knows, by that time there was not even the less intention from the company to be open in Colombia. So we had a couple of chats with some people in the corporate by that time. They were saying, "Hey guys, I'm sorry, but you're not going to be able to do the business in this moment because we're not thinking of opening Colombia." Or well, they were coming out with some excuses for them because they were focused on growing the business in different countries where they were having, let's say, some success, and they were having great results in some of those countries. But I remember I told my friend Jorge and my friend Jose, and we told the guys in corporate that actually those were the exact words that I used. We really don't care, or let's put it in my mouth, I really don't care what you are saying. We are going to do this business because we understand that this is going to be huge, that this is going to be something bigger than anything else that have happened in the industry right now. And with that being said, we just starting doing let's say our way to handle how to build the business. We didn't have the shipments, the product shipments in Colombia. We didn't have the payment. We didn't have, well, we didn't have anything. The only thing that we have was our vision, our goal, and that's how we started building the business with something that was we didn't even have a sample of the product. We didn't have that on our hands. We couldn't. The first time I gave a presentation, I just put my thumb and my finger on my hand, and I told everybody they are going to be like this size. We don't have them yet, but they will look like this. And that's how we started to dream what it was going to be. We started to see, let's call it, see the ahead. We started seeing the future of what we were going to do. And that's the main message that I just want to give today to all of you here in the call, is that maybe we don't know exactly how we were going to do it, how are we going to grow, how are we going to do all the stuff that we have to do in the business. But if we have that in our mind, if we have that perfectly clear in our mind, in our goal, in our dream board, it doesn't matter. We are going to do it. We will find out the way. We did find a way to bring the products from the United States to Colombia. We did find a way to get our checks paid. We did find a way how to start developing the tools that by that time were only in English. We found out the way to make them in our language. We found out the way to start doing the presentations. We found out the way to start going to the events. We found out all the ways to make this happen. After a couple of years of this, let's say, underground type of business development, the company started looking at us and said, well, these people are, they are doing it. It didn't matter that we said that they were not gonna, that we were not gonna help them. They are doing it, and they're having some results. So let's try now to help them out. They were not kidding about it, and that's how it turns everything around. And as you said, Gary, this Agile 3.0 right now that we're starting by this past month of May, it's been worth every single thing that we have done since day one. And that's the other main topic that I wanted to cover, is that the most important word for me besides that type of vision or um, dream or goal or whatever you wanted to call, that we didn't have it in that moment, that but we knew that we were going to have it. It's the word consistency. And this is something that maybe, I don't know if how many of the people who is in this call right now, but that consistency means that it doesn't matter what happened. It doesn't matter if some people leave the business, if some people at corporate, if some people of the field leaders, it doesn't matter if the products are in back orders. It doesn't matter if you're having some bank issues or anything. It doesn't matter anything. If you are consistent on the activities that you have to do to grow your business, that growth will come out, doesn't matter how. Because if we quit the business the first time we have any type of problem or any type of situation, I know that we haven't been here and we wouldn't be here talking to you right now. But I know people like Fauzi, who has been here since maybe the first day also that the company was in Australia. Uh, he had to go through a lot of circumstances and a lot of issues in his country, around the company, around the whole industry. I mean, we have talked a lot about those situations, but the only things that kept us here is the consistency and that dream, that goal that we had since day one, that this is going to be our best um, our best business. It doesn't matter that there were people going to other company. It doesn't matter if we have issues with the products. It doesn't matter anything. If we are consistent, if we work the skills that we need to develop to make this business grow, if we work them, if we practice them, if we do all that with consistency, we will definitely change our lives. And now I can tell that I've been through Agile 1.0, Agile 2.0, and now we're starting, and I'm very, very, very excited of Agile 3.0. I got the chance to spend some time with my dear friend Glenn a couple of almost a month ago in Dallas, also with Mr. Rashawn and some people from corporate with Rafa, who is an amazing person as well. And we were like, I was there just meeting with these guys and all the vision and all the things that we are having right now. After I heard the webinar last week with listening to Brent and listening to all the things that are coming, I'm saying, well, this is what we have worked for the past 9 or 10 years. This is now what it's really going to worth every single failure or step that we or whatever we had to deal with during this past 9 or 10 years, because right now we are ready just to, well, as they said, to global domination, because we are really in the company with the best product I have ever seen. Now I can tell you that I got some more experience and I got more knowledge about the industry, and I'm still thinking, and I strongly believe that there's no other product out there that compares with what we have. And I'm still thinking, and I strongly believe that there's no complaint out there that it's better than ours. And I strongly believe that we don't have better management at the headquarters. And I strongly believe that the leadership that we have right now with all the Italian diamonds and the Thailand diamonds and all the people who is involved right now is what we need to take this Agile 3.0 to the sky. I mean, this is going to be a great explosion. This is going to be absolutely amazing. I'm so happy that you guys have came back. That have come back. That Gary, you are an amazing leader. As I met you in the field, and right now I know that all the ideas and all the hard work that you have been doing in the past years working with Glenn. Now it's time to this little baby that you guys created 10 years ago to really grow up and take domination of everything. We're very enthusiastic about what the event that we will have next month. Well, actually, it's going to be in August, the 20th and 21st of August in Cali, because we're going to have the best. We're going to have John Rochon. We will have Alberto Ceccarelli. And as you said, we hope also to have Glenn there. So this is going to be huge. I mean, we are having and we're expecting to keep growing, to keep breaking ranks, to keep working really hard. So this company definitely shows the world that we are still on the top of everything, and we're going to make it. And absolutely, I really believe that this is going to be huge. So just to round up this time that I took, the goal that you have in mind, that dream that you have, it doesn't matter how are you going to do it if you have strongly set it in your mind. Uh, Remember that phrase from Jim Rohn, when the why is strong enough, the how gets easy. And this is what we have right here. And also the consistency. We're going to get, this is my one and only ride, let's say, the network marketing. I'm not here to quit. I'm not here to leave. I'm not here to sold out. I'm here to become as successful as I can be, because I strongly believe since day one that this is the best company in the world. And that consistency is the one that have me here for the past 10 years, and absolutely will have me here for the rest of my life in network marketing. So I really appreciate the time. I want to thank you again, Gary, for the invitation. And all the people who is in the webinar, thank you very much for being every week here. And I know wherever you are, it doesn't matter how hard it is or how good it is right now, just keep thinking that we are going to be, and we are part of something that is bigger than any of us alone. We are going to build this company to the next level, and we're going to make it together. So thank you very much again for the invitation, and we'll see you around, all of you.